I appreciate you joining me back for part 2. Okay, so while I was uploading the part 1, Hamlet, my sister's dog, came and messed the cards up. So they're not in the Celtic Cross, but, if you're here with me, you're not going to end crying on some spilt milk, right? So I looked at these cards a different way, and there's a better story here. There's a change in the story here, considering you have the Wheel of Fortune, right? So I'm going to show you how I see these cards. First of all, I see a progression. You have a 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Okay? So maybe you've already, if you look, the first thing I think of is astrology. And if you have an empty house, in a nutshell, it's kind of like you've already learned the lessons in that house in another life and you're good. So where you have your planets is kind of where you have your planets, so you can learn those specific lessons in those specific areas with those traits and those energies. So the 6 is missing. So I look at that as the change has already happened. This change has already occurred. So I'm just going to tell you the story of, now these are all cups, except for this one, which is the 3 of coins. Oh no, the 3 of coins and the one that was at the bottom. Where's that one? No, 2 coins. I'm wrong. So wands and the King of Wands, coins, and 3 cups. But then you have an Ace of Cups, the King of Cups, the Wheel, and the Sun. So 2 major arcana, 2 kings, and ace. So maybe there's a change in financials, or financials relates to love. This story goes to love somehow. So maybe there was hurt involved in ego, or hurt involved in your possessions or your job or what you hold dear, what you've accomplished, your credentials, your education, what you sit on that makes you feel important, what are your big buttons, your big medals that you wear proudly. Like if you have 4 boobs, you're like, I have 4 boobs, and I'm going to wear a big brazier in each one on the outside of my shirt, and you're going to all see it. And you're holding on to them for some reason. You're not doing what you should be doing for productive reasons. And maybe, but you have a 3, so you had to start with working together, or working with differences of others. It's almost like it's you. I feel like in this one, you're here, and the others are alike. So I feel like even in the beginning, when this was going on, perhaps before the Wheel of Fortune and your change of, this is good. I mean, Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Cups, the Sun, I don't even want to concentrate on the story, because it's like I'm like eating in your oh woe is me-ness. So let's just tell the story. So you started working with someone, they were different from you from the beginning, but you had the higher ground, you had the bigger coin, you had the one on top, you were the one that was a little bit better, okay? But you worked together with these other ones. They were similar more to each other than you, I would say. And maybe you started holding on to something more and more. You had more secrets. Something started gaining up, festering up. Maybe you started working so much you didn't have any time for the other stuff. All right. If you move in the progression, it's like you're holding on to something. Then 5 is like, oh, I don't have this. Oh, why did I do that? Oh, how could this have happened to me? Oh, I can't believe that. And meanwhile, you have 2 things behind you that are still full, like these 2 cups that are abundant, that could still make magic together, and you're just looking at your cracked, empty milk glasses because, I don't know, for the same reason you're holding on to all your weird buttons and all these weird, like, talking flowers telling you their secrets. Like, I don't know. I mean, when I see this card, I think of being a really young girl, like 17 years old, and walking through weird parks in Manhattan to get somewhere with friends that didn't know exactly where they were going so much. You know, in neighborhoods they probably shouldn't have been walking at so young. And, you know, this is not now in New York. It is so cleaned up. This is when it was like literally like overtly like I'll tell you a story like you oh my gosh, how much should I get, how much should I tell you about what I've seen when I was really young? Like going through Thompson Square Park, I saw a guy shooting up heroin, right? Another guy like walking around weird with like a fucking gun or something, right? And these are different moments in my life. I've had a lot of experiences. And I can remember being late. I was with my friend. He was rather wonderful and flamboyant. But there was this guy like jerking off and like yelling. Like, and then there's guys that come up to you and they're like, yo, yo, drugs, drugs, smoke, 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 smoke. It's like, that's what I think of in this card. Like, you're not supposed to be here. You're not really supposed to say yes to any of these things that come to you. When I look at this card, I have not read this pamphlet. But, like, they're all one of the same, they all come from the same root source. They're all hanging out in the same park. You know? They're all different stories, little scenarios, but it's like, I feel like with this card, you just sort of want to hold your balls and walk on by. Say, no, I'm good, thanks. Thanks, that guy just offered me something. I'm good. It's good things you're stuck to your roots here. I'm gonna take my awesome legs and wander along my way. Right? So maybe you were like walking through the park, thinking about all that milk you spilled at work or in your relationship, and you didn't pick up your socks and you got yelled at or something. You're like, oh, I always get yelled at for not picking up my socks or not turning out the lights, or that person does this, or maybe you're on the other side and you were yelling, why don't they ever do that? Why don't they ever do that? Why doesn't everyone ever see that I do this? Meanwhile, you're like magically a genius and you're like pulling out these awesome things at work that you don't even recognize that other people recognize are genius. Or you have a genius relationship or something in your hands just right there, ready to prosper in this amazing Ace of Cups, ready to go. Like leaking out this love, just ready for you to like lick it up, you know? It's going into the earth, it's circulating around, it's bringing its root system up, and it's making this abundant flower. So why are you in this weird park with the drug dealers? Thinking about what you did that day was wrong. Pay attention to what you did right. Pay attention to all these legs you have to create something amazing beyond what other people have, because you know you have the higher ground. You have something special. You wear outfits people don't. You wear styles people don't know about yet. They're all still in this drab shit. That's why they want to work with you here. Because you have something special. So they're trying to like kind of see what you're doing. Maybe they want to take your shit a little bit. Take the credit a little bit. You know, you have to be on all sides of the situation. If somebody came up with something, give credit where credit is due. Don't steal shit from people to get yourself ahead. Or I want to slap some sense into you. Do things out of love. Help these other people too to get better. If they have an idea, say, that was a good idea. You should do that. You're really good at this. You should do that on your own. Help people. If you think somebody is good at something, be like, you know what? You have a really good voice. You should do something with that. Maybe they just needed to hear it and you can help them get along their way. Maybe they're a pain in your ass and you're going to give them that little push to go where they need to be out of your pain in your ass. Look at it on both sides. It can always be a good. There's always a positive lining to every situation. Don't sit there with the pain in the asses anymore if they're a pain in your ass. Don't sit in that weird park. I mean, this one is you letting shit go. This is like you're here and all these prickers and they're like, take this, smoke, take this. You're like, oh God, get away from me. I'm fucking fine on my own. Right? And then you see this like balloons and you're like, oh, that's my ticket out. I am gonna leave all these weirdos behind. I don't even know how I got here. I don't even care anymore. I don't even care. Just get me out of here, right? So these balloons come. It's kind of nice. You're not sure where you're going. You're gonna trust. You're gonna let all those things behind, all those prickers that were grabbing you. You're gonna let them go. You know, you're gonna take your basket of flowers that you know you have, that abundance that you can go and replant somewhere else, make a garden or something, give a gift to a friend, someone else that understands you more, someone that sparks this. Either you're the king of cups and of wands, passion and love and control and abundance and riding the lion and riding the wave and being in the sunshine. I mean, this is like a purple lion. You're riding the lion. You have your wand of glory and your like top hat and a crown on. You have a top hat and a crown on, by the way. There's these flowers coming at you and you're like the incredible hawk, like not even on the flowers. You're just like hopping over them on your lion. Or you can wear a dress. You know, either way, you're tapping into your inner emotional. So maybe you have like some sexy garb on under here and some surprises you're going to take out later. Take your dress off, go on this. Let yourself shine. The sun. This is you loving who you are. What about you do you love? What about you do other people see and love? What about you do other people say they like? They compliment. Say thank you. Maybe that's a little step to your path. Way you gotta go. If it's a negative way, that's not the way to go. Go away from there and get on your purple lion. Because the wheel is turning. I mean, this is you. Let's see. There's like the moons above. So you have your cycles of the moons riding the wave. You have like this sunflower thing around your neck. She's juggling. Yeah, she has 4 trees on her head. Summer, fall. It's like a year. Winter, spring. There's like 2 phoenixes. One goes down, one goes up. And the wheel has like all the astrology signs on it. She's just like dancing on the top while juggling. Just calm. Good makeup. There's like a phoenix, or like, I don't know. I see it like a phoenix going down to this octopus thing that has like growth and clovers on one side, right? And it brings this clock down. And then there's another phoenix. Let you see this, right? Coming down here in these like clovers. And then there's another one that's like hearts, or like they become roses. It's like clovers and roses. And then it takes the clock and it rises up again and brings it up here so you can go through the cycles. So there's a cycle changing. What changed? Look around you. What do you see differently that you were looking at like this, and all of a sudden whatever happened and you just see it like this? You see it from higher ground. You see yourself different. You see yourself rising above. You see yourself flying. You keep getting these multiple legs though. Like this one has like roots, root system, abundance, but I also see an octopus. And this one has a lot of legs. So it's like you're capable of not just having an abundance in one thing that you're thinking. It's almost like if you take the chance, ride this passion, whether you're going to the King of Cups or this is you, he's coming to you, you are him. This is the masculine, penetrating energy in you, even as a girl. This is what you bring. I mean, take it. Take this Ace of... Where did it go? Where did my Ace of Cups go? Here. It's like guy. There's a seahorse and a guy. So the guy like carries the little seahorses, right? Like the egg or to whatever. The sun is out. This is you being who you are. Having stability because of that. You have like your bow and arrow, your Cupid's bow and arrow, and then heart on your right hand. You're riding, creating love, creating these purple flowers. This is the key. There's an eagle and like a serpent and a crown and a wand and a music note and a moon and like bells. I love you. take love. Always take love. Don't cry over spilled milk. I love you.